Listen, Tyler, you're James now, okay? If they end up finding out you're not who you say you are, these people are gonna kill you, alright? So just keep your cover, and if you don't, call me. Let me know. I can get somebody else on the case, alright?
Yeah.
I gotta go. Got some customers. I gotta get out of here.
Alright, come on.
He wrote 3 books and he had so much going on that he couldn't actually write a sequel. It was just so scattered that he then wrote, like, 4 is a sequel, but 5 is not a sequel to 4. It's also a sequel to 1, 2, and 3. While she was sleeping with Harrison Ford.
I heard that Carrie Fisher.
All the white people are partying and got the old big jam boxes, and they just, and then the guy that looks black gets on the bus, and they all just sitting there like there's nothing going on. And then that guy gets off. Now Eddie Murphy's looking like a white guy, so he's all blended in. And when he's sitting there as just being one more white person, so the black guy gets off, and then like they're like all jamming in this thing again. It's like everything changed. And we've just seen each other in the restaurant a bunch. Well, everybody's going home. They don't have any customers. And when everybody else was leaving, I think I had some Arab studies books in my hand, and I asked him about Zamzam water once I realized that he was actually from Egypt. And he's like, how do you know about Zamzam water? Because that's like the holy water that came up from where, the other kid, Abraham's wife that he ran out into the desert and they almost died out. And we get to talking, and there's like one of those planters. So I'm like sitting in the planter like I'm a gargoyle talking to Brian. He's like, that looks like Tracy Morgan. I know it's not, but that looks like, and I'm like, who's Tracy Morgan? He's like, Saturday Night Live. It's like, I don't watch Saturday Night Live anymore. And I turn around and this guy, he comes out and there's just like maybe 3 people out there. He's out there breakdancing on the sidewalk. He's like, that is Tracy Morgan. And it was, but I just didn't know who he was yet. I wasn't even allowed to watch Saturday Night Live growing up.
I got lucky. I got allowed to watch Saturday Night Live. But yeah, no, Tracy Morgan's wild. Like, dude's insane. I've heard so many stories.
I mean, I haven't watched it since it was like Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and all those guys.
Wow, yeah. Dan Aykroyd, he's a comedy genius. The stuff that he writes, I like it.
Well, I like him and Bill Murray both.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them are huge. I mean, but there were the other ones. I mean, what's his name? John Candy, John Belushi was there originally.
Yeah.
Chevy Chase, that whole crowd.
Yeah.
But Aykroyd and Murray are my favorite too.
I love Blues Brothers with Aykroyd and John Belushi.
And Carrie Fisher.
Oh yeah, that's right.
With the bazooka.
For some reason I don't always register until I watch it again.
It's like the only other thing that Carrie Fisher ever did other than Star Wars.
Yeah.
She did the Blues Brothers.
Unless you want to count Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yeah. I mean, she didn't do a lot. She was just hugely famous. She wrote, and she did a lot of stuff behind the screen, just like Mark Hamill does now.
Yeah.
Overseas, stuff behind the camera,
I like that stuff. The reason why that's there is when after I weld, it gets really hot and you want them to slowly cool so they don't crack. Because instantly cooling metal when it's hot makes it instantly brittle. So this is like the whole thing that I put here, so that way.
Somebody's been playing in here.
I mean, it is my booth, so I do play around a little.
Somebody's been making gladiator masks.
Yeah, this is a project I was working on for a long time. This is actually based off of the rapper MF Doom, who passed away in 2020, right before New Year's. So then I wanted to continue building this mask. So yeah, let's be a little.
Yeah.
On a weld of hard face around it, so that way it's full back when they bring it back out to drill. So this is like different brands. This is a 4-inch Puma, this is a 5-inch Puma, and then here's a QL Chuck. So yeah, these are all the stuff I do. And then this is like my little humble abode of work that I do. So yeah, this is all it is.
It's still going to be in 4K, so.
And I was thinking, if you want, I could definitely be welding something.
So yeah, my neighbors, Johnny and Charles, they were part of the Patriot Militia. So,
Patriot militia.
yeah, we used to hang out with those guys until their bookies got after them and they had to run. And then there was like Crazy Angel, who was like the girlfriend of the head of the Patriots, but she also used to be married to like this Fed. Like she was selling this helicopter. It was actually one of those little gyrocopters. But we thought she was homeless. But then somebody actually saw the gyrocopter and we actually saw her State Department ID. But I think she just like nutted up because she knew too much. So she's like roaming around, nobody's taking her seriously. So yeah, those are the people I was hanging out with.
Must have been a wild ride.
Yeah, you don't even know.
You know, it kind of reminds me of the time when I used to hang out with these boys. It was Memo and Mems and Chacho. And these guys, we used to go and stake out cell phone stores and wait for the right time when the money trucks would come around and pretty much count it when they would come out, and then, you know, just gotta give them a whole gun hold up and then take the money. Or sometimes we just wait whenever the manager just unlocked the store in the early hours of the morning, and you know, they have the money they're about to deposit into the registers for the stores, and then pretty much we'll be right there ready. You know, just about a couple of weeks ago, we had a brown boy trying to come in here, and I noticed he was looking around. You've seen the valuable stuff that we got here, and he was trying to get one of those gases actually, and you know, I had to go over and ask him. I was like, you looking for something? And he was already hostile. He was already like, nah man, what are you asking me for? And I'm like, oh, okay. And so then I asked him, you gonna have a fucking problem? And well, he ran off. You know. But as most of them, they ain't got no backbone.
So you stood your ground.
Damn right.
You may be a true patriot. Do you believe in keeping this country for our people?
Of course.
So you know, red, white, and blue, or as I prefer to call it, white, red, and blue.
Yeah, emphasis on that white and blue.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, we've got to keep it amongst our people, but you know, I mean, I am kind of like the police chief on In the Heat of the Night. I'm married to a black woman.
Oh, did you now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now, how you feel about that?
I mean, you know, it's mixed feelings. Like the kids.
Yeah.
I really love her, but it does cause some problems.
What kind of problems?
You know, just different outlooks, different backgrounds.
Does she know about you?
Oh, hell no.
I think that's the best way to do it. What if she finds out?
Oh, she
But if she does?
There'll probably be problems.
You ready for that?
Gotta be, I guess. So, I mean, there was a problem, because she did find some of my guns, and she didn't understand why there were so many guns, or why some of these were automatic guns. And I'm like, well, they're just for home defense. You know, me and my buddies hunting, and if somebody breaks in. But she wasn't really buying it, so it was a little tense for a few days, but it blew over. I'm just more careful where I stick the guns now. What was that last little